Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about Disney World and little known facts about the properties themselves. Disney World, when you think of it, you think Orlando, Florida. You would be correct in thinking this, but it was actually built on its own self-governing cities of Bay Lake and Lake Buena Vista, and we'll touch base as to why in a little while. Our tour today is going to include Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Epcot. Each park has its own individual interesting facts about it, and we're going to try to touch base on those as much as we can. Our first stop on the tour is Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom opened to the public in 1971. The cost of admission on the day of opening was $3.50. That $3.50 today would buy you a bottle of water at the parks, hence the shirt. Most expensive day ever. I've personally been to Disney World 4 times with my family, and it's a love-hate thing for me. Magic Kingdom is built above sea level. Orlando itself is built at sea level, and you may say, well, why is it built above sea level? That's because at sea level, there's actually hidden tunnels that are underneath the park that are color-coded for cast members to navigate the park unseen or to get from one side of the park to the other quickly without having to navigate through crowds. Okay, these tunnels are actually very rare. Nobody ever sees them, but they do offer a tour called Keys to the Kingdom that you can see these tunnels that are under Magic Kingdom if you decide that you'd like to see them. Magic Kingdom, and every other Disney park for that matter, has flags that fly at full mast all the time. But these flags are not actually true American flags. They're actually missing either a star or a stripe so that they don't have to follow national flag code. So if flags are flying nationally at half mast, Disney always flies at full mast because their flags are actually pennants, not flags themselves. So that's an interesting fact there. If you're a fan of the Beatles actually broke up at Disney World in 1974. John Lennon signed the paper that disbanded the Beatles in 1974 at the Polynesian Resort there. So, next stop on the tour, we're going to go to Epcot. Epcot is the reason for the self-governing cities. Epcot is actually an acronym, and it stands for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. And the idea behind this was to have 20,000 people living and working within the city of Epcot. And they had low emissions transportation via monorail and what they call people movers, which is actually a ride at Magic Kingdom. You can get the idea for that, what they were meant to do there, if you want to go see that. Epcot, when you think of it, you think of this huge sphere that sits at the very middle of the park. The sphere is actually a ride, but it actually, in turn, is it's a rain irrigation system. You'll actually never find water falling off of the sphere. You can stand directly underneath it in the rain and you will not get wet because it actually absorbs all the water that comes in contact with it, and it funnels it into the World Showcase Lagoon at the center of the park. Next stop on the tour, Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios was actually just, in fact, that. It was a studio. They filmed the show Mickey Mouse Clubhouse there. Many of the stars that you see on the Disney Channel previously came from there. But before it became what it is today, it was a studio. It's a film studio, and it houses one of the most famous rides that Disney has to offer, Rock and Roller Coaster. Rock and Roller Coaster was originally offered to the band U2, and they declined, so it became Aerosmith's ride in the end. And it is and will forever be Aerosmith's ride. The last stop on our tour is Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is the park that you think of it, you see this huge tree at the center of the park. This is the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life is their flagship, if you will, when you go to the park. And the interesting fact about it is that it's not actually wood. It is made of cement, and it's retrofitted over a 14-story oil rig. So the base of the tree is actually cement itself. As a safety precaution to the animals at the park, you will not find any lids or straws available at the park with your food, drinks, beverages, anything of that nature there. And that would sum up Animal Kingdom. Few little known facts about Disney World properties as a whole is that you're never more than 30 steps from a trash can. It's actually the cleanest park in the entire world. They do not sell chewing gum on any Disney property whatsoever, so if you plan to chew gum while you're there, you must bring your own. If you have a favorite pair of sunglasses, do not bring them with you to Disney World. An average of 200 pairs daily are turned into lost and found, so chances are you're going to lose your sunglasses. And last but not least is that no structure at Disney World stands more than 199 feet tall. At 200 feet, Florida aviation laws would require red flashing lights at the top of the structure, and so Disney decided to build both Expedition Everest Mountain and Tower of Terror at exactly 199 feet tall to avoid the red flashing lights. These are some little known facts about Disney World. It can make your experience there more enjoyable if you decide to go. I know it certainly made mine, after I learned some of the facts, more enjoyable upon going to the parks. And there's many, many more facts about Disney World that many people don't know. And they're all available to you online through a lot of resources such as Best Trip Advisors, Best Day Ever. And I hope you learned some interesting facts about Disney World that you didn't know before and have a magical experience if you decide to go. Thanks.